What up, Whiskey Ginger fans? Welcome back to the show. It's your first time joining the show. Welcome to the show. Hey, I got a couple of dates coming out lined up for you. July 18th and 19th, Bobby Lee and I are playing London and Dublin. Go to badfriendspod.com for that. And also, we're slowly leaking them out, but I'm going to be playing San Francisco coming up to the Punchline. Going to be playing Tempe Improv for the first time. I've never played that club where I went to Arizona State. I'm also going to be going down to Hammond, Indiana. And then I'm also going to be doing Brea Improv. All those tickets will be up at andrewsantino.com. We're working on that right now as we speak to you. In the meantime, enjoy the episode.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean it today. It's Beth Stelling!
Hello!
The landlord herself.
That's right.
The landlord herself.
The renter.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But
I'm the landlord.
You're the landlord.
I'm your landlord.
Yeah.
You better believe that.
Exactly.
Pay up, baby. Have you ever had a good landlord?
Yeah.
I had
Ones
one.
that leave me alone.
I had one good
If
one.
I pay my rent, leave me alone.
Yeah. But so many are such awful, awful, awful people.
This newest special that you're talking about, it's called the Landlord Special. Lion's share of it, and it's just a half hour, is a story about my bad landlords.
Yeah.
My annoying landlords. Why? Leave me alone. If I'm paying rent, like,
Yeah, what is it?
if you're going to snoop, honestly, just wait till I'm away and look in a window or something. But don't make me feel under surveillance my
Right.
entire existence here. Popping up, knocking. I eventually stopped answering because I was like, oh, yeah, I don't have to answer. I could just leave
This
me
is
alone.
my residence.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you do this thing. It's almost like a creepy. It's kind of like Bates Motel-y, where it's like you almost feel like you're subject to this. You're like, you don't really
Yeah.
owe them anything, but you do feel like you have to let them in or something. This woman would say
Right.
all the time, she'd go, your girlfriend slept over again. And I was like, what? My girlfriend slept over again? She's like, yeah, if 2 more time in the week you have to pay. She has to pay. This is a
No.
fucking, this is a
You're
real
kidding
thing,
me. Yeah.
saying she is a temporary resident. I was like, it's the woman I'm seeing, but she here all the time. And I was like, yeah, because we want to be with each other. Yeah, I don't think she has her own place. I was like,
That
lady.
is insane. You
And they
pay
tra-
the
she-
rent for the place.
Oh,
not
she
for
tried
the
to charge me.
humans.
She tried to fucking charge me. She was like, you're on list. She's not on list. I was like, yeah, but she's not. She's never there if I'm not there. She's like, no. She will come sometimes. I was, dude, right? You've done
My
this?
landlord would come in the house.
You're kidding me.
At like 3 a.m. if we had like people over.
Creepy.
This is
We
making
had to
mine seem
pass all
less
their-
bad.
Yeah, we had
Yeah,
to have all
Beth.
But I do think they popped in when I wasn't there as well.
That
and they would
grosses me
comment
out.
on, like, honestly, she would comment on the looks of whoever I brought back.
That's kind of funny though.
He's kind of a 10.
When I first moved into my first place in LA was like a Craigslist room in a house in Echo Park, and one of the other guys that lived there was like, if you're on the Wi-Fi and you're like alone, don't go on porn because they look at your Wi-Fi. Like, he said like right away.
Because it's a communal shared Wi-Fi.
Well, when he moved in, he said he was just like, by himself doing that, and then he gets a call from the landlord. It's like, get off that right now.
By the way, I'm not a hacker. How would they know that?
Well, they probably can steal because they have the IP address.
I can't believe this. I didn't even know you could do that.
Well, I was a hacker for the first 10 years of my life.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was a big hacker.
My sister's son, for some reason, he got really obsessed. This is when he was a child, like 5 years old. He got really obsessed with the idea of hackers. And one time at dinner, he goes, raise your hand if you're a hacker in this house. Like, just
Auntie Beth, you seem like
raise
you
your
hack.
hand if you're a hacker in this
Do you
house.
hack?
I don't even know what you're talking
I
about.
do love that he got invested in the hack community. He could probably be a coder when he grows up. How old is he now?
Oh my gosh, I never know what.
Auntie
how old they
Beth?
are.
Is it
He's got to be like 6th grade. I think he just graduated from 6th grade.
What's the nickname for you?
They call me Bess, Aunt Bess.
Aunt Beth? Cute, because they couldn't pronounce.
My grandpa, my mom's dad, always called me Bessie. Because
Really?
my name is Elizabeth with an S instead of a Z. And I think he knew that and always just called me Bessie. I don't know. My family calls me B or Bess.
You're not Bessie to me. I don't like it.
What about Bess?
I don't like it. You're sweet Beth.
I like that too.
I think it's just so much. There's something
I'm
about it.
Beth.
I've never in my entire life, I think about this now for some reason, after all the years I've known you, I've never known a Beth in my life that I was like, I don't really trust her. I've never known one. Isn't that? Think about that.
Yeah.
There's a few. I'm thinking about a few in my life, and they're always kind of really like good core people for the most part. Sweet people.
Thank you.
Bess, on the other hand,
Little-
troubled bitch.
A little trickier.
A little tricky bitch. That
Might
Bessie.
be a hacker.
You know she's hacking.
She's hacking.
Bessie in the
On
off
the
hours.
weekends.
Yeah. So no, I've never had a solid landlord ever.
Yeah.
Except I've had. There was a guy, Jay, the first guy when I moved to Los Angeles, who was sad. So he made me sad. He made me pretty sad. Like his life was a bummer. He always kind of had some. He'd be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And you'd be like, "Oh, hey man, I'm just going out to the CVS." He's like, hey, "Come here." And he just want to like tell you stuff because he was alone and sad.
Okay.
So he wasn't a bad landlord. He was just he. It was a bummer to have to run into him.
Yeah.
So we would wait to see if he was out, because if he was around the property.
I did a lot of sprinting from my back door to the car, and sometimes she would still nab me. But what the issue was?
I love that. Gotcha.
Yeah. Where are you headed? Sometimes when I go, if I would say I'm in a rush, she'd go, "Where are you going?"
Oh, gross.
And then she'd be like, "It's not going to take that long to get there." It's like, you don't get to say.
That's so gross.
You're not a GPS.
Where are you going? Sacramento. You're driving to. I'm driving to Sacramento today,
And I gotta
so
get there.
I gotta get there and now. So I gotta go.
Their adult daughter, lived above me, which created an in for them to be there all the time.
Yeah, that's
So that
dangerous.
was the issue. And she was very ashamed of her daughter, and they fought constantly.
Did you like the daughter?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So she sucked.
No, she was very much like her mother, and well, I would say she's probably I don't know exactly what her deal is, but she for sure like doesn't pick up on social cues. It's like the idea of similarly like, "Hey, what's up? Hey, how are you? Have a good day." And then she would, if you're like, "Have a good day, bye," she'd be like, "Tuscany's crazy this time of year," and you're like,
Is it?
"I gotta go."
Fuck, lady,
I
please.
do not want to get into this.
She's
But
like,
she was a flight attendant for a while, so
Oh.
that was interesting. One of their biggest fights was her, because I could hear everything. And later, this is in the special, but I discover that a lot of things were kind of wrong with the place, but one of them being that my back window was painted open, and she had put curtains over it that she was like, "I made you curtains." But it was like to hide that, which that's not the end of the world, but I could just hear so much. One of the fights was she gets home from being a flight attendant. She thinks she has bed bugs. They're screaming at each other upstairs. I was actually sitting at my desk being interviewed by Comedy Central. They were doing like a behind the scenes comic, and I'm sitting at my desk having an abortion. Like I had just taken the abortion pill, but I had them in the house. So I was like, still had to do this interview because, it was planned.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yes,
I get it.
And the director was like, "We actually have to hold because they're screaming so loud. It's all picking it up. So
Oh
we had to
my
like wait."
God.
The mattress flies down the stairs.
No.
Yeah. And then it kind of stops. They stop fighting. And he goes, "Okay." And we finished the interview.
And you got the gig.
Yeah.
That's how it goes with Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Hold for mattress, please.
Hold for mattress.
Okay, good. Now it's down the stairs.
And we're
By the way,
back.
bed bugs, that's not our thing. That's New York's thing.
I don't know. I don't think she had it.
Yeah.
I know that they can travel, which is that's why I was invested in the argument, because I'm like, I don't want bed bugs.
Because they
That's
could
terrifying.
get to your place.
They can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know some people, I have New York comic friends that are like, "Oh, yeah, dude, we had them." And
I
I don't know
know.
anyone out here that ever had them.
I do. I know plenty. Thank goodness. It would destroy me.
If you had bed bugs. Yeah.
Yes.
What a sad, weird twist.
It
huh?
would destroy
The
me.
place you're supposed to feel the most comfortable and at peace.
And you're getting eaten every night. You remember the comedy the Comedy Cellar? It was at the Rio in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
I think it still is.
No, it is. It's there now.
Yeah.
Or wait, I don't know if it's at the Rio. Yeah, but it's still there,
Okay,
right?
so
There's
they
a
put you
cellar.
up there.
There's still a cellar.
And you wanted. I was trying to get off the strip
Mm-hmm.
just to go to this cafe I found called Publicus. That's really good. I'm on my Lyft ride back, and she's like, "Oh, the Rio. Oh, my friend's a maid there. I think they have bed bugs." And I was like, "Why would you tell me that now?"
All right, 5 stars.
Yeah, it's like I do want to know, but also, and then I was like, "In the South Tower?" Start itching.
What floor do you think? 1 through 5? Not above that though. Is there above that?
What's this? Is this a bite? Yeah.
I used to think about that every time because when I first started to go out to New York, you would hear people talk about that because I wasn't used to it. Broke in LA was different. It's just
Yeah.
different out here. But their broke out there was like me crashing at guys' places where it's like 5 dudes in
Yes.
one room and all that shit. And I remember there was like my buddy Eric, shout out my boy Eric, lived at the time in Williamsburg, and he was like, "Oh, you can just stay at my crib. I'm gone." Well, okay. And then I went out with a bunch of comics, and I was nowhere near going to be able to get home. I was too fucked up, and I was like, maybe I'll just crash here. And then I looked around in like a moment of like, no, I think I'll go. I was like, because I know Eric is safe. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, this will give me bed. I like looked around. Everyone's like, just chill here. I was like, I don't think so, dude. I gotta fucking. That guy has a job. He has like a full-time job. I'm gonna stay at his place.
I gotta go to Eric's.
No bed bugs at Eric's house.
Better off on the floor at Eric's.
Yeah, it was way better at Eric's house.
That reminds me of going to like New York for a week of shows, doing like comics when it was still there, and just a string of shows. Probably the Creek, or no, what was it?
Yeah, Creek.
I know, but there was a show that I'm thinking
In
of.
Brooklyn?
The guy's name was Chesley.
I don't know, but that's such a funny name.
I know.
You know who he's married to? Bessie, for sure. Chesley and Bessie. Today on the Christian News
Cabin.
Network. Who?
Cabin with a K.
Oh, Cabin. Oh,
that
Cabin.
really popular show.
Cabin.
Anyway, setting up a week of shows there, but I stayed with John Gobelcon. I stayed with Dave.
You did?
And it was like so many boys in one place. I'm looking back now and going, wait, was Dave trying to smash? But no, there was like no room because we were buddies forever, and I just slept in his bed with him. There's like no room anywhere.
There was nowhere to be.
And nothing happened between us because we're good friends.
You were dogs. How many people were there?
Mike was his other roommate. I think Pat was maybe there. Yeah, I think it was like 3 boys probably in a studio.
In one room.
No, I'm just kidding. I think it was like I feel like
This one guy in the
Dave's
tub.
bed was not kidding in the pantry. And we were just like
My
hanging there
dude,
together.
my first bed, I've told this stupid story. My first bed in LA, my first room was a partitioned off dining room.
Same.
My light was a
Chandelier?
old chandelier.
Same.
No.
Yes.
My light was a
rent
chandelier.
Was $650.
Oh, dude, I got you
$656.
beat. Do you remember my rent? I've bragged to you before. Do you remember what it was? $425.
Wow.
It was because it was a 1 bathroom for 4 people.
Ours was 1 bath for 3 girls.
Yeah,
and I was we actually went as far as to not just a partition. My friend Heidi, who I was living with, was really handy, and we put up a drywall with a pocket door.
What?
I know.
Fuck you guys.
And then when they came to inspect it, we had to tear it down. It was.
Was it butted up to the kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then in the middle of the night when I had people come home fucked up, the whole conversation was there was a back door that led out to like a
parking lot?
No, it was like a alleyway.
Okay.
Which in LA is like, there's an alleyway?
Yeah.
There was an alleyway in between our apartment complexes. And the whole thing was like, please don't come in the front door, come in the back door, because you can bypass the kitchen and go to the other side of the apartment. Then I won't hear you, because the front door is my fucking door.
Yeah.
That's my fucking door.
Yeah.
So please don't. So then people would go through the back door, but then come into the kitchen blacked out. So it was like, that defeats the entire fucking purpose of the back door. Oh,
Making nachos.
Drunk, all you'd hear is, oh, hold on, touch it, grab it. You'd hear that. You'd hear like hooking up. And my head was right near the kitchen wall. So I was just like, oh, I'm going to fucking kill myself. And I was working as a PA, hating every second of every day. Just like every day I woke up, I thought, my life sucks. This place fucking sucks. My job is shit. Those are the days where you're like, I better get good at comedy really fucking fast. Because I'll kill myself.
Or figure it out. And then also sometimes your peers start getting things. I remember one specific was Sean O'Connor got a Prius. And I remember thinking like,
motherfucker.
Someday I got to get a Prius.
This motherfucker got a Prius.
I know.
Yeah, like when I saw people that had, like our laundromat was down the block and I would walk it. Even then when I did get a car, I'd walk it. And I remember walking it and being like, what's that like to not have to fucking go somewhere else for laundry?
In-unit laundry.
I was like, that's the coolest shit on planet Earth. When I'd go to someone's apartment and they're like, oh, it's in the laundry thing, and I would open the door and be like, wow,
this is amazing.
Where'd you guys get these, man? Are these new? Is this the 4275?
Can I just have them in here with them?
Bad beat. Yeah, just holding on to it. In unit was. Do you have in unit in your place? No. Yeah.
Someday
But your
you will.
apartment itself, the complex does.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. See, we didn't have a complex. It was a duplex house, so we had to go to the laundromat.
I only got that when I finally got my own place, which seemed unfathomable to have my own place.
Yeah.
I remember moving here and being like, how do people do it? How do you get your own place?
It still feels that way sometimes when I look around this fucking city.
Yeah.
I think about, and also same thing, whenever I'm in New York, I'm like, the density of New York, it's when you're driving anywhere, when you're like driving out of the city going to the airport, and you're like, look at how fucking dense.
I know.
How unbearably dense this is. How are all these people living and surviving?
I don't know.
It gives me like a weird dystopian.
I get like that when I think about waste and trash, and I don't necessarily mean it in a tree hugger way. I mean,
No, but you
I
do.
go, where is it all going?
Where is it
I'm
going?
scared. what I throw, I'm using 24 napkins a meal.
You're the napkin
Stop.
girl. You are the
I have
napkin
to be
girl.
stopped.
Yeah, you really do have to slow down.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
We've talked about it.
Crunch, crunch, crunch,
And let's be honest, we all do that. I was eating a bagel in the car ride down, and every time I wipe my mouth, I've got a new napkin.
No, 'cause
What a
the other
loser
one has
thing to
cream
do.
cheese on it.
Right, I don't want that back on my face. I just got it off.
I don't have in washer unit. Right?
I am. I will say there are things I'm very not wasteful of.
I have it now.
What are you the most wasteful of, though?
I do feel like it might be napkins.
Napkins
and
is
paper
that's not the
towels
end of
or
the world.
something, Yeah.
Paper towels that's fine.
Yeah.
It's
Might-
not-
it
that's
might,
not
I think
the
it
end.
might be napkins.
Yeah, because you use a lot of
I'm
them.
trying to think about what else I would be wasteful with.
I'm not gonna even lie. I'm pretty wasteful of water. I didn't used to be.
Oh.
Like I didn't used to take
Are we
long
talking
showers.
showers?
Yes,
Okay.
but now I take crazy long showers. When I was young, it was like, well, because back then you had to get in, get out.
Usually it's
go.
the opposite because when you're young, you're in there yanking your.
No, I would yank pre-shower. I'd pre-shower yank. I never liked a water wank. I never liked water wanking. It's just something about it bothered.
You like keeping it separate.
I like keeping those things separate. That's my wash off. That's my get clean.
Okay.
There was also like shower sex and hooking up in the shower. I like the idea of starting something in there. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not into shower either. It's like trying to shove a pool noodle into like a. I don't know, like it's like the opposite of lube.
Yeah, water sex is weird. It also there's no comfortable you have to like brace each other, and you never think about this when you're young. Now as an older man, I think, what if I fell?
Oh God!
What if a slip fuck?
God!
How did he break his
Could you
neck?
imagine looking down at someone with a cracked skull, like, and then still coming? Oh no!
Just a broken neck from a shower fuck is so funny. I mean, this has got to be in the TV show or movie, so it had to have happened
Getting
somewhere.
very hurt.
Yeah. Just
No.
breaking your collarbone while fucking is so funny to me.
No. Also, even I remember in high school trying to have sex in a pool and it barely worked. It's like it's not meant
Yeah,
to
that's
do that.
I've done
It's
that.
like somehow water is dry.
Yeah,
in there.
water is dry. I did hot tub sex once in high school.
Same.
And I remember how awful that
It
was.
wasn't good. It hurt.
And also then her girlfriend.
Obviously, we're different parts here, but
Well,
still.
So says you. And then her girlfriend goes, ew, that's gross. And she was like, it's not fucking, shut the fuck up. And she was like a little embarrassed about it. And I was like, I don't think that's fucking gross. Why is that gross? And she was like, there's, not for you, but for a girl, so much, that water can cause bacteria. And I was like, oh, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I was thrusting water. Yeah.
Basically, a little petri dish working on a.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was right. That girl was a bitch, but she was also very correct.
Yeah, but she didn't deserve to have her cave infiltrated with bacteria.
No. She started it, by the way. She knows who she is. She was the one that
started it.
And her parents were right inside. No. Yeah, it was kind of tight.
Oh my God.
She started, and I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, who fucking cares? And I thought, this is so hot. And also, you know what I mean? Like, I thought, what a badass bitch that she was like, who gives a fuck? And I was like,
Yeah.
that's your dad and your mom are right there. And your mom's so nice to me.
Yeah,
I thought, they're never going to like me
I
again.
can't do this to your mom.
I can't do this to Kathy.
No.
Kathy's going to lose her mind if she catches us in here.
They weren't in the line of vision, right?
No, but they're
Okay.
in the house. It
I
was
get
just like
it.
such a
Oh,
foolish
I was
endeavor.
in the basement doing stuff with people right upstairs.
But basement's hot shit. Basement's Midwest finest. That's where you
Oh,
learn
yeah.
to hook up.
That is what I was doing.
That was my first hookup. Was in a basement. Was yours? Where was yours?
Same.
Car, basement.
Basement.
What about you? Basement. Isn't that great? Midwest kids.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's the best place to like have you, and the parents know,
It's nice and cool. You're not going to come up as sweaty.
right? And mom and dad know.
Yeah.
Dad always.
They have to
Dad made
know.
comments. He's told me one time. He goes, I saved your fucking ass the other day. I said, what are you talking about? He's like, you're down there with what's her name? And I was like, we're just hanging out. He's like, shut up. And he, because he was pissed at me about something else, so he just wanted to put it on me that he was like, no, I saved your little fucking ass, so
Yeah.
watch it. Watch your shit with me. Because mom wanted to come down and check on what you're doing, and I said, leave him alone. And I was like, well, thank you. And I'm sorry about whatever I did that annoyed you.
That's so
The amount of
funny.
times that parents, the stuff that they have on us, like the book that if my parents were ever like writers could write about how many embarrassing things they've got. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like this rarely happens to women, I feel like, but I got caught wanking.
Really?
Well, dude, I got caught wanking and I got caught getting head. My mom walked
Oh.
in on me getting head.
Yikes.
And it was maybe the most painful thing. I mean, it hurt her feelings so much.
Really?
Yeah, because she had to leave. Like she had to walk out and my parents are there and be like, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you never got caught.
No.
Never.
Well, I will say we got really freaking close one time at my high school boyfriend's. And the lies you make up are absolutely insane.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not kidding. I'm pretty sure we cut a little bit of his hair. He'd be like, we were just up there. I was giving him a haircut. That's why we're wet. Our hair's wet because we were in the shower and I had to give him a haircut. And
So
then hair
when you
all
heard the
over me.
moaning, it was because he was upset about the haircut.
Yeah.
That's what
and
that
we didn't
was.
get to finish the haircut.
The haircut.
Which is why we're down here in wet.
Yeah, you have to tell her
like,
like
what?
a myriad of bullshit. The amount of
I
bullshit.
did that with booze too. My mom was like, "Have you been drinking?" And I was like, "I just had pretzels." Like what? So I guess it's pretty good. Both yeasty in a way, but I
Yeah.
was like,
That's what you're smelling right now.
I'm like,
You're smelling pretzels and drugs. Whenever I came home high.
I wasn't a high. I
Oh
wasn't
fuck!
a weed kid.
My mom only a few times did she snap on me. She's like,
Ours was booze.
think I don't know that you're stoned? And I was like, I'm not fucking stoned. Immediately, there is no response
Yeah.
that you could say that would clear you, because even if you're like you're being crazy, immediately they're like, you're high. And if you're like, I don't even smoke pot, and you're like, you're high.
Yeah.
There's no way to get. So whenever she caught me,
Yeah.
she'd be like, I can tell, by the way. She would say stuff like that, and I'd be like, what are you talking
I
about?
don't know.
Immediately knows that I'm high. One time, this is insane.
Was it strong? Were you getting high a lot then?
Yeah, I used to get high a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to love to get high. I got high every day. For like 20 years, I got high every
Wow.
day. Yeah, I only quit getting high not that long ago. I mean, I still get high once in a while, but not like I used to. I get high now in the backyard with a couple of friends late at night.
Was it a choice, or did you have like one of those freak out moments? Because I had
No.
a couple friends that like eventually it just kind of turned on them and they started having paranoia.
No, I didn't have any of that.
Okay, good.
Honestly, for me, it was like I think I don't like doing this as much as I was doing it. I kind of had a few moments of like, I probably would get more done if I didn't do this. Like it would just sideline stuff, because I
Yeah.
like to get high and do things, but I found as I got older, doing things while high was harder. It
Okay.
used to be a breeze.
I know things are absolutely changing with age.
I know it sucks.
Yeah. In fact, I was like earlier, and I was like, I'm gonna make sure Andrews wants to do too.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there with Sickler. He goes, "You just texted me." I'm like, "I'm old. I just texted you."
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
you
You know what I
texted
mean?
Ryan.
I texted him.
Yeah.
Are we still doing 2 p.m.? He's like, "You might want to text that to Andrew." There's moments where I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm old."
In here, we pour whiskey.
This episode of Whiskey Ginger is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the place to create incredible, beautiful sites, okay? Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. You created something, you made something, you built something. Now it's time to push it out to the world. And I'm telling you, back in the good old days, there was no cutting-edge design. There was not SEO tools. You know, they didn't have unique domains. You couldn't showcase videos, and you definitely couldn't get any sort of analytics to find out where your audience is and how you grow, right? But everything I've just told you is available with Squarespace, including email campaigns. So you can blast out to those to maintain a long-term growth for your business, whether it's small or big, no matter if you're in your garage or you're in a 50,000 square foot warehouse. It doesn't matter. Squarespace can help you build your site, build your brand, and continue to push out everything to those that need to receive you. If you're looking to build a site, you got to go to squarespace.com/whiskey. You're going to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using our code whiskey. And once again, check it out. Try it out. Give it a trial run. You want to take it for a test drive? No license required, ladies and gents. Go ahead to squarespace.com/whiskey. Save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using the code whiskey. Go check it out today. Hey, if you're like me and you want to add a little bit of skin to the game, pale skin that is, when watching sports, download PROPHETX today, right? This is the new regime. Everyone is now watching everything, and they're putting a little bit of something on anything. PROPHETX offers the best prices, so no matter what team you love or you hate, I'm looking at you, Green Bay Packers, or whatever awful franchise your dad brainwashed you into liking, I'm looking at you, Dad, about the Chicago Bears. PROPHETX is the app to get your picks in with now. PROPHETX is a peer-to-peer exchange available in over 40 states, including my home right now, California. On this exchange, you'll always get the best odds, and you can even play completely for free. You want a trial run? You want to play for free? You one of those people? Go ahead, do it. But it's a peer-to-peer exchange, which is huge. For those that know, you know. You should download PROPHETX now and use the promo code WHISKEY to get up to $200 in profit cash immediately. And I am someone who is excited. Football season is a few sniffs away, all right? It's a few sniffs away. And baseball season is a humming away. It's beautiful. And I am into PROPHETX because of the peer-to-peer exchange. I prefer it. So if you're like me and you want a little something extra, a little spice, a little sauce for the gravy, huh? A little something in there, a little tinge of something, go ahead and download PROPHETX. Use the promo code WHISKEY to get up to $200 in profit cash today.
Ginger. I like gingers.
I just caught someone do that. You know when you watch the delete?
Yes.
Oh, I caught it. So I was going to stay out at Tim Dillon's house, and the woman that helps, like his house manager or whatever you want, I
Yeah.
don't know what the terminology is.
Servant.
I'm texting, yeah. So his slave is, I'm texting her, and I said, hey, I think I'm actually going to stay Friday, if that's okay. I was supposed to go Thursday, but I don't want to drive back to the city. I'm a little ba-da-da, if that's okay. Just letting you know, because I checked with Timmy. And then a text pops up. I see the ... and I just have it already open. Usually I throw it down. I am like, oh, right away, pretty fast. And then she writes, fuck, he's staying till Friday. And then, boop, then it's gone. And then she immediately, and then something else. She goes, cool, if you need anything else, please let me know. I was like,
Oh my God.
It's so fun to like watch someone, and you know, she was like, oh, fuck.
What do you think you ruined? Because was he there? 'Cause what
He
if
was
you
supposed
ruined-
to come out.
I was gonna say, what if you ruined her little party plan?
Yeah, I wonder. I did think about
When
that. I
Tim's
thought,
away, the
what
kitty
did I
cat
fuck
plays.
up? I was like, what did I fuck up for this girl? She obviously might have wanted something to have happen, but
Dominatrix shoot.
yeah, it would have been so hot though. And me just on the balcony sipping tea, watching. Go off, queen.
Oh my God. Sorry, random hard transition. I don't know
Give
why
it.
I thought of it. I have been making myself sick, staying up till 4 a.m, binge watching that show Animal Kingdom on Netflix.
Wait, you just started this?
I just started Animal Kingdom.
And you're obsessed.
Yes.
How far along are
I'm
you?
ill. I think I'm like season 3, or I'm going into season 4. Wow. I started like 2 days ago.
You're obsessed. You've
Not
seen
really.
this? You've seen Animal Kingdom?
You know why I got onto it was the pit, and that one doctor that's on it was so intriguing to me. And then when he posted final season of Animal Kingdom, I was like, that guy's in that? And then I went over here and I'm like, hot guys surfing and doing crime.
What's his name?
Oh, Sean Hattasey.
Hattasey.
Yeah. He's just so unique. Did you watch that show?
No, but it's so funny. Hold on. Your type of guy that you're into is like a transformer. It's ever changing. I have no idea what it is.
I don't have a type.
You don't.
I don't.
When someone says, I don't really have a type, I don't buy it.
Maybe alcoholic.
Yes.
I like the competition.
Me or the bottle?
Are you going to choose me?
Both. Ooh. No, since I've known you, no one could ever go, yeah, that guy looks exactly like the last boyfriend. Every guy is
true, you're right.
You have this great wide array of like, yeah, I like that about that guy. I like that, which is interesting. It must mean that what you really like is one very specific thing in people that they all share. It's not a look thing. Because they don't look, none of the looks have the same. So it must be a personality trait.
I like humor.
Yeah, but it's beyond
I
that.
think that's silly to say.
Yeah. There's something in each of those partners that's something.
But Adam is the best, I think. I mean, he's my boyfriend.
Yeah.
But I know that sounds stupid to say because he's my current boyfriend. But he is. He's just like a good heart. He's so funny. He happens to be hot.
What's the through line, though, for all the guys? What do you think it is if you could try to pin it? Even the bad ones. Even the ones that you're like, oh, that guy sucked or whatever. What is it?
Do you have an idea? I really feel like I don't.
No, I can't really say. It's not
Yeah.
height. It's definitely not height.
You know, lately I've been getting so much when I got off stage. Whoa, you're huge. I mean, not that, but they're like, you're tall. I've been getting a lot of that. Maybe it's these gazelles.
Yeah, it's those lifted gazelles.
But I get in a lot of, how tall are you? One of my
You're
mom's
not that
favorite.
tall.
I'm 5'9".
Yeah, but you're not. I don't see. it
Yeah,
as
I'm not like a
it doesn't-
6-foot woman.
Right.
My mom's favorite joke is a true story about when I was at living over in Los Feliz and I would go to Albertsons and the guy bagging me up, he goes, "You play ball?"
Tell me you
It's
lied.
my mom's
Did you not
favorite
lie?
joke.
You gotta lie.
I didn't. By the way, I was just in a regular outfit, like not basketball gear or anything.
But 5'9" is not like, oh, clearly she's in college
No.
basketball.
I feel like the joke, one of the tags at least to it was like, your hand, something like, your hands are huge. I don't think you need a bag. Get out of here. Smack my ass. I feel like that was the
Have a
tag.
good game.
Have a good game.
Just carrying all of your groceries with your mitts.
I
Here.
can palm my groceries.
I'll be back.
The average height is crazy low though for white women in the U.S.
What is
is
it?
it?
5'4".
What do you think?
Average height for a white
Average
woman?
height, I
Wh-
was
what-
going to say that's pretty spot on. I'm going to say
white woman.
5'3".
5'3.5".
We split it.
Nah, you won. I went over.
Okay.
It's just like in Price is Right. If I go over, you're out. 5'3",
Wow.
That's
So I
actually
am
crazy.
pretty tall.
Okay, but what country? How about this? I want to know what country has the tallest women on average. Let's guess at this because I do think.
Okay, tallest on average. I'm just gonna throw Sweden out.
God damn it! I was going to do a Nordic country of something up there.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Or we could go Africa, like some of the runners down there are tall.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
No, I still think the Nordic weirdos. That's Viking weirdo
Okay.
shit way up there.
Nordic.
I'm gonna go.
I said Sweden.
She said Sweden. Maybe Denmark.
Maybe Germany.
Germany could be real. Germany might be it. What is it?
So we got 5 listed. You guys haven't listed any of them.
Get fucked. And you know what? You're being mean.
Okay, tallest.
Let's think.
Russia?
Tallest.
Is it an Eastern European country that's number
Yeah.
one?
I think.
You think? So this is also going to embarrass you. How about that? Not just going to make us look fucking bad. It should also double down on you.
So we had. So it wasn't okay.
Let's think like a like a Kazakhstan like that.
So I'll give you the 3. The top 2 have a height. Then the 3 they say they also are. The other 3 that are also high are Estonia, Denmark, and Latvia.
I said Denmark.
Denmark.
I said Denmark.
I
You
didn't
did?
hear it.
I did say Denmark.
Okay.
What do you mean? That was literally my guess when
Well,
she
then
said
the top 2 though.
the
So
top
that was the
two.
3 that are also.
Yeah, those are 3, 4, 5.
But the top 3. How about? We're at top
And
2.
Germany was
sorry.
a no, and
How-
like Hungary or like no, nothing over there. Like not the Czech Republic, not like
Nobody's saying China.
Latvia, not China, not Korea, not Japan, no Asian countries, not even South Asian.
Oh, how? What
oh,
the
maybe a
heck?
Pacific island.
Greenland.
You guys were like around it, but you haven't said it.
Okay.
Well, it's not Western
Norway?
Europe.
It's not
It's
Norway?
all Eastern Europe. Oh, is it not Norway?
Okay.
Is it the Netherlands?
It is. That's
It
number
is?
Oh
1.
my gosh.
Nice.
That's number 1.
I was kind of thinking that. You know what? We played in field hockey. In field
That's
hockey.
how they say it. For those that
We
don't know,
played the
Field hockey.
Netherlands. On their shirt, it actually says Netherlands with a D.
Netherlands, yeah,
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
And they are big women, and they messed this finger up pretty bad to the point where, like, the ball hit me on this end. I had gloves on, and you see that, like, little
Yeah, the little
flap?
nub.
Yeah.
What is that? That's from a.
That's me rushing out of the goal and them driving it into the goal, trying to, and it hitting me right here through my glove against my stick, and it busting through to the other side. I was like, I gotta come off. I can't feel my hand. I can't hold my stick. And then we ran into them the next day in South Africa. Oh, sorry, like the Penguin Island area where we were. I can't remember. Penguin Beach.
Yeah.
Boulder Beach. And they saw me and they're like, "Oh, how's your finger?" Like they remembered.
Wow.
And then they said, "You want to see the video of it?" Because they're like, had
They've
their
been
tape
watching
ready.
it on tape. Yeah.
And then they had the coach showed it. And he's like, "Oh,
It looked bad.
yeah." Anyway, so it
The
was top-
Netherlands.
The Netherlands
Wait,
women
when
are
did
tough.
you were when you were playing what?
October. This last October.
No shit.
I played the last couple years. I played for the U.S. Women's Masters team.
Yeah. Stop not bragging about that.
Okay.
You guys should push that out. That's fucking amazing.
I will say, since then,
As
I
a
did the-
29-year-old woman that's on the women's. Do you know what I mean? Like, why not say it? Why not talk about it?
But because I think sometimes people go, "Oh, the national team." I'm like, no, that's like women who are still in college and like 22-year-old women who are absolutely ripped and in such
Yeah, but
good
you're
shape.
still doing it.
I am still doing it. Since that tournament, I will say, I feel like I'm a faucet when it comes. I'm this type of personality it's either all in or all off.
Right.
Since October, I was like, let me start smoking again and carry around 3 different types just to see what I'm into, you know? And then I was like not working out. So this last month I've been trying to get moving again because there's a tournament in August and I need to try
We all
out.
go through this, by the way. This
Yeah.
is a comedian's plight.
It
I'll go
is.
through this like insane clean out, sober, no drink, workout every day,
Yeah.
and then I'll go into like I'm gonna eat and drink whatever I want
I did that.
until I don't feel anything anymore.
Yeah.
And then I
did
get a
that.
sore throat, and I'm like, I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. What did you say about the height?
I
Yeah.
was just say, guess what the height is.
Oh, the height in the Netherlands?
I'm going to say 6. I'm going to say, is it average?
The
6
average height.
foot.
No, it's 5'9" and some change.
5'7.1".
Damn.
Whoa.
That's not even that big.
No, number 2 is Montenegro,
Montenegro.
Wow.
What's Montenegro? 5'6" and some change.
5'6.9".
You know, it is funny. I never see you as a tall girl though. I never have because I'm above you anyway.
Yeah, you're
But
above
I've
me.
never, and that's just a tall guy thing.
Looking down.
That's just a tall boy thing. That's just who we are.
Just a tall boy.
When I was young, though, man, was I obsessed with tall girls.
Really?
Oh my God.
That's interesting.
Obsessed. I was obsessed. Well, I was very tall as a kid. I grew faster than a lot of my friends. So
I was dealing with loving small boys.
you were into small boys.
Yeah. When Sandler came out with that Bat Mitzvah song.
Yeah. The Hanukkah song.
I had like 3 photos to pull from of me dancing with a small boy that was like right here
Head
at
rested
their
on
bar
your
mitzvah.
That's so cool. Yeah, you
Yeah.
had the small boy. I was obsessed with taller girls. My girlfriend in high school was tall. Like every girl I kind of started to crush on was always was taller for some reason. Because
Do you have a type? Like even since back then?
I would say
Besides tall gal?
the only thing the through line for me was it was never blondes. It was never blondes.
It reminds me of Connor from Love on the Spectrum. He was like, I can't date blondes.
I love
can't
Connor
date
so much.
blondes."
Blondes are not my style. The light hair gives me the creeps.
I love him so much.
Dude, he's the greatest. We do it all the time.
God, he's good.
They are the greatest people. We've invited them to be on pods. Nobody wants to come on our shows.
Really?
I just think they get inundated with press.
I think so too. Because I saw Tanner was on Kelly Clarkson's show. And I don't know if I've seen Connor doing any pods or anything.
No, I don't think so. I don't think we've seen them do anything. What about James? I do love James.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, yes, yes. Is the smoke bothering you? I like how he just gets very intense,
so
but he means, and he's so sweet to that girl. He's so nice. He's like, yes, would like to sit?
Oh my God, his obsession with no kids and no pets.
Yeah, no, they're filthy creatures. I just love that the beauty is how particular that we all are, but they say it.
Yeah.
We all have these things, but nobody wants to say it because you're like, hey, you're not supposed to say that stuff or whatever the
Right.
fuck rule we're abiding by socially. You should. By
Yeah.
the way, this happened the other day. On the fucking airplane, there is a line for the fucking bathroom. One of them is broken. We're all in the same line.
dang.
And then a guy goes like the other way around the thing and goes to like the other side.
No.
Yeah. And old Santines pipes up because no one wanted to say anything. This woman kind of starts to go, and then he starts to go, and I go, no. She was, and then this is right here, dude. And then he goes like this. Like a fuck me thing. But you know what's so funny is people just don't want to deal with that moment.
I know.
Of like, hey, dude, she's next. And then
these
we've all been here.
It's so fresh. That's very
People
frustrating.
hate confrontation so much.
Because I can't understand that guy. How could you do that? How do you live? Like, I'm not saying live with yourself, but
No. How do you fucking
stand
live
there?
with yourself, you piece of shit?
How do you stand there and then be like, I know they're not going to say anything, so I'll just do it.
It's one of two things. It's either entitlement, which this wasn't the case here. This was more
With him?
Yeah, no, because you can tell someone that's entitled is kind of flippant about everything. When I see entitled people when I'm traveling, that are not paying attention to other people's spaces.
Yeah.
They assume it's okay. It's like, well, dude, you're in the fucking. What are you doing? That's more of entitlement. Like, hello, what are you doing? And some guy's on their phone, like, okay, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, so you think
You
you're
have zero awareness of other
correct.
people's space.
But this is not entitlement. This was a case to me of like sheer like, who cares? It's whatever, right? I mean, fucking this guy, the guy that's like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
See, that's interesting because I think,
And I
would
hate
say
that guy.
Almost it flips for me. I think he's entitled, and sometimes we're so everyone's so addicted to their phones that they're just not paying attention. And I think if you were to say hello, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." I think some people are more.
Okay, I got you again. Women, yes. Men, no.
Yeah.
That's what it is. The woman voice that you just did of the, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
The guy thing, that guy on the phone, I go, dude, and he's like,
What?
I don't fuck. All right, dude. That's okay. This is why.
Yeah.
It's the guy thing versus like a
You know what?
flippant dude.
I know there are plenty of times when I'm in an airport where I'm just sort of like, come on, like just look around you and know that like other people are, because there are a few times where I'm so tired. Like I had a really bad travel day yesterday.
Same.
It was like everything was kind of going wrong. I got to the airport an hour before a 6:40 flight. This is me leaving Spokane. Everybody was like, small airport, you'll be fine. I get there. I'm in the first class line at the airport. There's like 7
Time
people
out.
in front of me.
Ooh, we always do this on
You know
the
what
show.
I should
I'm
say?
kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, I got upgraded because I fly so much.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say, I would say rarely to never do I buy first class. Just because I'm not making enough to be justifying
But you
that.
get upgraded all the time?
I wouldn't say all the time, but a good
A
amount.
lot. Wow.
So this was an upgrade, to be specific. So I was stoked. And they gave it to me the night before. Sometimes that happens.
Alaska airline.
It was Delta.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm in the line, 7 people, an hour before. I'm standing there. I wait. I mean, I have my bag tagged and everything. I just need to drop it and then go to TSA pre. That's a brag. All I need to do is have her scan it and drop it. Well, by the time I get up there, it's past the window where you're allowed to check my bag. So it was at that point, I want to say 6 or 6:05 or something.
Yeah, within an hour.
So I get up there and she goes, "We're gonna have to change your flight, or we rebook your flight." I go, I didn't flip out, but I go, "No, no, we're not gonna do that." I said, "Do whatever you need to do with this bag, but I'm gonna go make that flight."
Yeah, I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
And so will the bag.
And she goes, "Well," I said, "Send that however you want to send it, but I'm going to get home today. It's Father's Day and I haven't been home in like 2 weeks on the road."
Same.
And she goes, "Well, I'll call and ask." I go, "Please do that and please beg." And so she calls. I have someone here who's, I forget what it was like, missed the walk time or missed the walk. I don't even know, walking time. And the woman's like, "Yeah, you can do that." She's like, "Okay." And then I go, "I thought an hour before would be fine." She's like, "You really need to be here 2 hours before."
That's not, that. First of all, you're a liar and that's not a real thing.
4:40?
That's
4:40.
Ma'am, you're a liar.
You
and
won't
that's not a
be
real
here
thing.
at 4:40.
No, you're off. You're not even start. Your shift didn't even
That's
start.
crazy.
No, see, I don't.
So then I get to TSA pre, and it's also a long line. And of course, I set the metal detector off, which I want to say has never happened to me.
What set it off?
The underwire of my bra never happened to
That's
me.
real?
I don't believe it's real, which is why I started to get very irritated. Stuff like this happening for me.
Because they do the pat down thing. Do they?
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just like waiting.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, I'm going to miss my flight. And the first one was like kind of understanding. And then the second woman was,
Go for it.
she started describing, it was like erotic TSA fanfic. She was like, "What I'm going to do is take the front of my hand and I'm going to go over here." Because I've already said, like, I'm going to miss my flight. And that's my stuff. I'm starting to get like, that's my stuff. And they're so backed up. My shit's all about to, not kidding, crunch and fall down. And they won't let me grab it. So she goes and grabs it and like heavily,
Yeah.
chucks it on the thing. And then when I'm like, she can tell, and I'm not really looking at her, I've started to disassociate like this. And she's like starting to slowly describe what she's doing to me to hold me up.
Oh my God. And now I'm under your arms.
Yeah.
And
No,
I'm-
she's describing, she hasn't done anything yet.
Oh my God.
She's describing. And what I wanted to say was, I've never had someone describe in such detail and take this long, so thank you.
Thank you.
But I just stood there, and then I will say, and I'm not necessarily proud of this, when she touched my crotch, I leaned into it. I was like...
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And you
You
know what
like
else I
that?
thought about on the plane? Because I'm replaying every moment. Like, was I a bad guy? Could I have been better? Was I rude? I don't like being rude, and I don't like being a problem.
No, you're not a problem.
But I'm sitting on the plane, and I go, if I could go back, I mean, if I could do anything differently, when she was feeling down the back of me, rip the biggest fart in her face. I badly wished I had to fart.
Right? She's going down your leg.
Honestly, she's really straight up caressing everything.
She's going for
And
it.
the other thing I held from saying was, as long as the skies are safe from underwire, have a good day. Like, what? And then I made my flight, thankfully.
Yes.
I had about 5 minutes to spare, actually.
Yeah. But
In my little first class seat.
in your little first class.
And I was like this.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Man, you got one of those moles on your back that you just don't want to go get checked out? You gotta stop putting it off. Well, I don't know. I don't have a doctor. I don't live near a doctor. I don't know where I am. Well, guess what? That's why there's ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. You can find the right doctor. You see actual appointments right there. You choose a slot. Boom, I want it. And typically, you're going to get one within 24 to 72 hours of booking. Sometimes you can score same-day appointments. I moved to a new neighborhood, and I've told you guys this. I didn't want to go back to my old doctor for a few reasons. One, I didn't want to go all the way over there. Two, I didn't like him that much, if I'm being honest. He kind of creeped me out the way he would stare at me sometimes in my gown. And I got to say, ZocDoc saved the day. Because with ZocDoc, I found an in-network doctor huge for me, in my neighborhood, close to me, easy, and also a ton of appointments available. You know, I'm not saying I got lucky, but it worked out great. But if you do get on ZocDoc and you're looking for something new, I'm telling you, they have so many on there. They have 100,000 doctors plus across every specialty you could ever think of. You got a bunion, you got a lump on your neck, you got a weird hair sticking out. Go get it checked out. Stop putting it off. It's time to stop putting it off with ZocDoc. Get what you need today. All right, stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/whiskey to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That is ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/whiskey. ZocDoc.com/whiskey.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Yeah, well, the problem with flights is I have to plan this when we travel. Like, we're going to Europe again, and I always have to plan it so it is a plane where my sleep time is right.
I get
Because
that.
one time I did the who gives a shit when I was going to Europe, and I fucked me up for 3 full fucking days.
Wow.
'Cause I
thought you
didn't
were going to say
sleep.
weeks, so think.
No,
it's
3
like-
full days of like I did not sleep and I could not sleep.
Oh, no.
And by the 3rd day, I was like, I think I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
like I
this
feel like
is
I'm gonna
bad.
die. I felt really disoriented. I had like, it scared me. So now,
I think with age, too, it's not getting easier.
no, I'm doing old
Even
man
when we
stuff.
travel for the Masters team, which is the old ladies team,
Yeah.
they have like all kinds of like recommendations and pamphlets you go through, which is like hydrate, compression socks, get up and stretch. Like these are all the things you
The
need
compression
to do.
socks are actually important. I know it's so funny, but
know.
like they actually work.
I know.
People are like, that's so stupid. You're like, it's honestly it works. I know how
does.
dumb it looks, but
I
who
know.
cares?
They have cool ones now.
They're not cool. You're wrong. They're absolutely not cool. How long is the season with the girls?
It's kind of tournament based, and you have to try out every year.
What you don't get? There's not like an exemption thing. It's like you've been playing.
It kind of helps. You know what am I
have
trying
you
to say?
seen someone-
Keeps you in their favor or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you seen a girl get cut that you like? That. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Could be me this time. I've
No,
been
it won't be.
ripping cigs and
You've
eating
been
chocolate.
fucking ripping heaters on the sideline.
The amazing thing about playing in Argentina, though, is actually there are straight up cool Argentinian women on the sideline, like, and
Just smoking and fucking shit up. That's so rad.
Yeah, they're
Wait,
just
how many
smoking
countries
before-
do you go to?
So it kind of depends on the tournament. I've only played in 2: the Pan Am Continental Cup, which was in Buenos Aires, and whoever can make it, whoever can field a team and stuff, does show up. But that was more Central American, and
Dude, that's so cool.
yeah.
This is like one of the coolest parts about you.
Thanks.
Truly, because how unique. Nobody really, especially comics.
If you want me to brag,
Please.
I will say I'm the only one on my team that only played in high school and not in college.
Really?
Yeah, we had an Olympian coach named Steph Fee for that first tournament, and she was like, along the lines of like, who should I thank? And I was like, my high school field hockey coach, Lissa Fickert.
Miss-
She's like, she did such a good job teaching you the basics. Because there are things that I lack for sure. Like there's
Like
just stuff I
what?
won't know. Like, well, how much the rules have changed. I had to adjust to that.
They keep
Not
changing.
a ton, but they have changed.
Oh wow.
Yeah, sometimes certain ref calls, I'm like, what? And they're yelling at me, like, you need to get back, or you need to do this, or it's right there.
Like offsides or something like that too.
Not offsides, but like where a free hit's taken, or like just certain things that like help you master the game. Like that you could, I'm just trying to think of an example, and I'm sorry I'm failing.
Well, because it's very like chess-like position play, a lot of position
honestly,
playing.
it's more like soccer, if anything, in the sense that it's 11 aside, there's a goalie, and,
Right.
end goal is to
And
score.
you were a goalie.
I'm a defender.
Oh, you are.
And yeah.
Very defensive too.
back.
Yeah, you very that fits the mold.
I'm a defender. I don't like getting anything past me, and I do think it does apply to my personality and mentality, which is like I am sort of defensive, and I guard like nothing can get past me, but it takes a lot of shift in me to be like, go for it, like score,
Sure.
like you can go, like there is that part of me that is like, no, I could move it up,
But you don't. But you're like. But I do
But
want to
I'm gonna
protect everybody.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of how I feel.
That's very. Yeah. That's
So some things I am like, for example, there's just stuff like I could do better. Like sometimes even this, like my goalie who was great, Emma, for this last tournament was like, let me take those. I'm wearing a full padded suit,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll do it. Now my job was to rush, which is fly, which is fly right out to try to block the shot.
Sure.
But really it's not a dummy, but it's like maybe I get my stick on it, maybe I don't. And I'm like in my head a traveling wall. Whereas all I should be is like just mess you up.
Yeah, just
Put
to
pressure.
distract you.
Pressure.
Now, but you want to be Bessie the Wall.
Yeah.
Bessie
And
the
she's
Wall.
like, let me take some of those.
Right, take
like-
the blow. Yeah, because I see
And
some.
it's not a hero thing. It's like it's just like I got to do it. I got to, Yeah.
Well, that's like this athletic urge.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, I'll do it.
I'll do it. I'll put my body on the line.
Yeah, I'll hurt myself. You've never
Yeah.
been hurt bad though.
This was like maybe 6 stitches or something up here. I got a ball to the eye. My teeth have all been fine.
The teeth thing
High
is
school, I
big.
got hit here, so there's like kind of like a little dent.
You wear a mouth guard or no?
Mouth guard.
Does anybody not? Is there any? Is
Yeah,
it like-
it's a rule. Some people like without their.
I was gonna say, there's got to be some countries around the world where they're like, "Fuck that,
Yeah.
we're not doing that shit."
Some people though, even watching some of the young Olympic women, even wear some knee pads for the corners and stuff. The level they're playing at is actually pretty scary.
Yeah.
Some of those balls flying. I was never aerial person, like flicking. I'm like rudimentary on the ground, get really low,
Right.
that type. And our aerial skills weren't like fostered.
But it doesn't need to be.
No, not for me as a defender.
Right.
Technically, no.
How fast are
I
these going?
should learn how to throw an aerial from the back. That would actually really.
Well, let's work on it today.
Okay.
What are we doing after this?
I tried to with my coach. It's so difficult for me.
No, it's got to be. Well, it look, even watching it, I'm always like, this looks fucking impossible. It's the weirdest stick in the world.
Yeah, a little.
It looks like
candy
a
cane.
shillelagh. Yeah, a little candy. How fast are these balls getting hit?
Yeah,
by the
I don't
way?
know the answer to that.
I'm gonna guess.
Pretty freaking fast.
Yeah, I would probably guess in like the 60 miles an hour range.
Let's find out.
What do you think?
Field hockey, ball, like a drive.
Yeah. What do you guys say?
I said 60. I think 50 to
I'm-
60.
Yeah, I'm bad at this type of thing because I don't play baseball. I don't know. I'll say 50.
So top international players can hit the balls at speeds exceeding 77 miles per hour.
Okay, so I was right. I was pretty close. I said
Wow.
60.
Yeah, you were right. I
That's
had
what
no concept of that. I will say, watching the men play in Cape Town, like our American team versus the Cape Town team, I mean, we did get pretty destroyed, and it was actually uncomfortable.
What do you mean? Just like they were
I
just...
feared for their lives.
Oh, okay.
It was
They were beating the shit out of them.
77. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
how are you getting near that? Like, I would just go, you know what? I think I'm good.
Yeah, no defending today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to sit down.
So I actually looked at our team like, you guys are being very brave right now.
That's kind of cool, though, that they're like, hey, you have the balls to
Yeah.
fucking stay out there. Although, stupid,
I know.
you just call it.
Yeah.
There's no mercy rule, is there?
And they are brutal.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
No.
No fighting, though.
There was like red cards, green cards given out.
But I mean, no drop the gloves and start swinging.
No, not really.
'Cause, like,
If
lacrosse
anything, you
gets
could-
crazy like
yeah,
that.
No, really, no, I haven't really seen any fist fighting.
I do want to see it, though.
There was a pretty psychotic stick attack. I mean, you're carrying a
Yeah, a weapon.
yeah,
Could
but
you
that
be
happened
charged?
in Phoenix. You know what? I don't know the answer to that, but it did cause a lot of problems in that league. That was just totally separate from Masters. It was some tournament in Phoenix, and that guy was banned. And I can't remember if they said the police were called or not. But
Had to been.
that's nuts.
Because that's a weapon.
Yeah, it would be like, I mean, it's Tanya Harding-esque. It's like if I picked up my skate and then like sliced you.
Yeah, you
I feel
have
like
to
that is a
fucking, there's a
crime.
knife on your foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a Tarantino movie. What is
Yeah.
it?
There was a notable brawl at the 2024 Paris Olympics
Really?
from the Netherlands-Germany hockey team because they did a taunting gesture, or the Dutch players did a shushing gesture to the Germans' goalkeep. And
That's all it took?
And then there was a brawl. Is this the men's team or women's? Do we know?
the picture shows the women's team.
Oh, wow.
Sick
wow.
if it was. I like that a lot. The one shush said, I dare you to shush in the next one.
I will say because I am a big girl on the team. I'm one of the taller ones.
What?
We have little gals, yeah.
You have little tiny
I'm
little...
a defender. I'm one of the.
There's no women
big
that are like
girls.
actually big women on the team?
I'm one of the biggest.
Really?
Yeah, you should
gotta
look
get
at our lineup.
You got to get some size, some girls with some size, dude.
We need the tiny ones up front running and
You
flicking
know where you
stuff
got to
in.
go to the fucking Midwest. You'll find some big girls, dude. We got some girls
Cornbread
that'll.
fed.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Have you ever seen Midwest female hockey teams? Have you ever seen this? Have you ever seen Minnesota's female hockey team? They are fucking huge, like big, strong, dude. There was a TikTok where they were like interviewing them, and they do that thing. This happened. This was like an old trend, but it was like, which girl on the team would you not let date your brother? You know this? Have you seen this fucking before? It's actually great.
I haven't seen that.
And they all usually name the same girl. I mean,
That's funny.
It's like one of two. There's like Kelly. Like they don't even think about it. Like sometimes they're like, oh, what fucking Kelly? No, that bitch. No way. Let me see. Oh yeah, she fucked her
That's
up,
from
huh?
the field hockey.
Wow, so it was.
Wow. Is she wearing a face mask at the time or no?
Well, she's got it off there, so obviously she took it off, right?
Because we don't wear face masks during regular play. It's just during a penalty corner.
I don't know if she
Or
was.
defensive
She
corner.
It doesn't look like
all
she
bloody
is.
in
Yeah,
the
it looks like
face.
she's all
so
bloody.
then she was playing the field.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Just getting fucking smoked. By the way, you guys do need to go get some Midwest girls. You'll get some
They're
hefty
mostly
eaters.
Philly and East Coasters on
Oh,
our
so
team.
they're just mentally insane. They're not physically threatening, but they're mentally.
I'm one of the few West Coasters on the team.
That's kind of cool.
Me and
Doesn't that feel
Lisa
good?
Patrick is up in Seattle.
Oh,
When I was playing
LP,
Seattle.
LP,
We
I
call her
know,
LP?
I know LP. No,
Yeah.
how funny.
She was when I played Wet Fest with like Bamford and Zainab.
What is Wet Fest?
It's a fun festival in Seattle.
Wet Fest?
Yeah.
I've never even heard
Me,
of this.
Bamford, Zainab. She was like, "Come play a pickup game." So I played on Saturday while I was there
Whoa.
with LP.
Up in Wet Fest with LP. Let me. Wet Fest, by the way.
Book him.
How come I've never even heard of this?
Well, don't you do theaters? I mean, well, I play the Crocodile
but-
there.
Yeah, but who cares?
The Crocodile seats maybe 300 or something.
If you talk to his wife, you know she definitely hasn't heard of Wet Fest.
Oh no!
What is that supposed to mean, bud?
Zero reaction.
What is that supposed to mean? Because we're older and we have to use lube? Is that what you're referring to? You're joshing on us, dude? Let me tell you something about women as they age, okay? Yeah, is my dick getting as hard? No, it's not, bud. It's not, because I'm a little bit older and my T is low. Is that what you're trying to say? And by the way, when she's gone, we're going to have a dog. He throws out a couple of zingers, and gotta tell you, I always tip my hat to the zingers. Always love a good zing. Always, but boy, you're gonna pay. You're gonna fucking pay. You know what I made him do? Speaking of pay, I made him pay for breakfast this morning. It felt good. It felt good because I always pay for everything, literally all the time, forever. Fact.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Hey, I'm late. Order me something," and he did. And I thought, as I was saying that, I thought he's gonna have to pay. And what did you say when I sat down?
I'm out of money.
I couldn't believe how expensive the restaurant is that we'd often get breakfast at.
Which means, oh my God, Andrew, I
know.
appreciate how often
I
you
was
buy me
amazed.
Pretty
breakfast.
grateful.
Yeah.
See?
Feeling grateful.
But that's why I do stuff like this, to keep him in the world of like, just remind yourself, it's not, there's no free lunch.
It's not growing on trees.
Somebody is paying for this, right? My dad would never hesitate to remind you. He'd be like, geez, this is pretty pricey. And you're like, well, should I feel bad about it? Because you're making me feel bad about it. Like everything was always like, my parents lived in a way, and this is maybe just a Midwest thing, but they did fine. Both my parents worked for a long time though. They never had like a one income household. Like it was always just like they both had to work until they couldn't work anymore. And they always had this mentality of like, we are going broke. But they weren't. They were fine. But they always had this like, we are pretty close. We're skirting on.
We're on the brink.
They really would. I was like, why do you? They talk like that. But I think it's just because their generation, their parents were so poor that it was just a normal thing passed down.
Like the depression thing too.
Oh, it's passed down so.
Yeah, my grandpa was very like 4 squares of toilet paper.
Oh yeah. By the way, the paper towel thing that you said,
Yeah.
if my grandmother caught you using more than one of
Yep.
paper towel,
You're putting that
she'd
back.
be like, whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah, put that back.
Especially like she would see people try to dry their hands off, and she'd be like, oh my God, there's a towel right there. But you know what I mean? It was just like and you'd go, well, you're right. That probably is a smarter thing. But we didn't think about that stuff. And then it was passed to my parents. And then I'm not going to lie, I have it sometimes where I'm like,
It crosses my mind. I try to use my hand towel. I do.
no, I'm just saying it all over though. It gets in my head sometimes. And I'm like,
I will say, I'm not the comic that's a business person. Like, I don't think big. And I don't like.
Beth Stelling, her next special, I don't think big. Me no think big. Me think right here, right now.
Because my mom actually kind of kept it from us as best she could. Only recently, or in the last few years, did I know. She said, like, sometimes I had $14 to get us to Friday.
Whoa.
And, we did a lot of Taco Bell when it was still food. And
Yeah, but it wasn't appropriate. It was a very appropriate dinner for a long time.
It was okay.
Everybody did it.
It was
no one
yummy.
made fun of it. No one goes, oh, what is a Taco Bell?
No.
Back then, you were like, yeah, we're getting Taco Bell for dinner. People were like, oh, that's nice.
It used to be a corn tortilla. Now it looks like E.T. when he's sick. You know?
It does.
It's bad.
It really does.
But there were plenty of times where we go to Kroger to get groceries at the register, and she was like, a lot of like at the register.
Did you ever have the moment, because I've seen this, I've been blessed to not have it happen to me, where someone has to put something back? Because,
Oh yeah, put that back.
But
for
I'm
sure.
saying like see someone check out
Yeah.
and they go,
Oh.
I only have. You've got to start taking things off. I've seen it live.
I feel like I
and it
might.
and it makes me want to go.
I'll get that.
Can
or-
I get it? But then you think
I don't want to embarrass.
if
them.
I offer, they'll be like, "Fuck you."
I know. Sometimes maybe.
So I did it at Vaughn's. It happened to me one night, and this is when I didn't even have any money, and I was like, "Should I just buy that guy that thing?" And then I thought to do it, and then the person at the register was like, "Don't do it." The look was like
Maybe they knew the person.
maybe, but it's checked me down in a way where I thought this can go two very, very different ways. It can be like, "That's very sweet of you," or it could be like, "Who the fuck do you think you are trying to buy shit in front of my kid?" You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then I'm the dickhead, and I'm this like, "Oh, I was just trying to be." It's like a fucking. It feels like a Larry David. You know, it's like a very curb, blow up your spot.
I was in Dayton, Ohio, my hometown, at Dorothy Lane Market. which is
Everybody,
a
know,
nice
shout out to Dorothy
market.
Lane Market, by the way.
Yeah. There's basically a coffee bar right when you walk in, kind of bad, what would you call it? Logistics, or what am I trying to say? Layout. Because
Bad
it's like right
layout.
when you walk in, then there's a line, but the whole grocery's off to the back.
We're calling this a Trader Joe's from now on. Any sort of bad layout, it's a Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's layout.
Yeah.
I'm in line for the coffee bar. There's one older woman in front of me. You know when like someone's so old, their head's like in the center of their chest, you know?
Like those Halloween costumes
Yeah.
that they can drop
Yeah,
down their
yeah,
heads.
Yeah. So, but hers is like that, but also she is like an arch. Like
Oh,
she's
she's-
actually kind of traveling around half bent.
All right, she's trying to they want her dead.
Yeah. So she's
Life
like,
is like, get down
yeah,
there,
she's
dude.
looking down.
Right.
She's trying to pay. We're waiting a while. I'm not impatient, but it's taking a long time.
Sure.
It was not born of impatience. She's like got $1, then another $1, and then like she's I think the situation was this: she's counting out like 44 cents or something, but the total was something different. So I was gonna help, and I went up to her and I put my hand on her
Hump
back,
on her slouch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I started to go, "Hey, can I get this for you, Andrew?" She screamed so loud. Everybody in the entire store went like this. She goes, "Get your hands off of me!" She can't even see me. She's looking down. I don't think I've ever been more embarrassed in my life. And,
Dude, I would have loved to be in line for that.
and a guy I went to high school with, or we went to high school with, my oldest sister's grade was right behind me. I'm trying to remember who it was. Maybe Donnie Zamarski. And he was trying to make me feel better because I was red.
Mortified.
He goes, "This is why you don't help people." Like he was trying to make me laugh. I was mortified. And it actually hurt my feeling. I was like scared. It was like a traumatic event. My whole
It
body was
gotta be.
trembling.
How old are you?
This is like 2 years ago.
Wait, what?
I'm not
oh my
kidding.
god.
This is not long ago. 3 years ago, maybe.
Get your fucking hands off of me.
Screams it.
Yeah.
And then when I told my mom about it, because honestly, I then got mad at her in my head. I was like, what a bitch.
Yeah, what a bit. That was a rude thing
When I
to do.
described her to my mom, she goes, "Oh yeah, I've actually seen her stop traffic. Like she's walking across a busy street and she's like, I've seen people try to help her because she's like stopping traffic and she's yelled at them too."
Yeah, you can't help them.
So my mom kind of confirmed that it wasn't me.
Some people aren't meant to be helped.
She did not want help.
Yeah, some people are like, I do see this a lot.
Holy, it was,
Yeah.
I mean, my heart was like
Don't help.
to the skies, the scream.
Yeah, don't
And
help.
it's those high ceilings. It went everywhere.
Did you learn?
Now
You're never going to help someone ever again.
Never helping.
I think if it backfires like that, that's the universe
What a
going.
backfire.
You don't need to.
Don't do that.
You don't need to do that ever
No,
again.
just make a donation, a private donation somewhere.
right. A tax deductible donation to somewhere that's more. You know, this is a new scam, by the way, and I do want to talk about this publicly real fast to knock
Yeah.
this out. I do see this often. You're at CVS, you're at Walgreens. Why does that thing
I
keep
don't
doing
know.
that?
Something's happened. Did I do it?
No, you must. It's a piece of shit. Hold on, he can do it. Let the kid come do it.
I don't know how this happened. Oh,
It-
wait,
No, it's that little.
It's that little knob. It might have got loose.
I don't think I touched it.
We're gonna fix
This
the.
is fine. I could hold it.
Nah, just let
Oh,
him
wait,
fix
maybe
it.
like that.
Hold on, watch him do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Manly.
Okay, what's the new scam?
CVS, Walgreens, blah, 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 Dwayne Reed, all these places, all these little pharmacy stores. You round up, you know? Oh, would you like to round up to blah, 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 blah?
I'm a no on that.
Me fucking too.
I'm a no.
And you know why I'm a no? Because I used to be a yes. I used to go, yeah, what is it, 16 cents? Fuck it, give it away. I learned, and the kid can Goog this, I learned that roundup, that it then becomes a donation from them to those charities, and it's
Which
their
is
tax deductible.
tax
Yes.
deductible.
So these cocksuckers are taking credit for our donations.
I know.
And it fucked me. It really, because I always did it. Because I thought, what's the harm? It's 26 cents. It's going to a good place. And I've always thought that about charitable things. When somebody goes, that doesn't go to the place, I always go, well, I did the right thing.
Yeah.
I can't control if there's evil fuckheads. But now that I learned this piece where they're doing it, I was like, oh, this is insane.
Yeah.
So you're just, by the way, they do this at everywhere. I was at,
I'm not doing it.
I
and
was
never
at
have.
a department store. It was at like a Macy's, and they had it on
It's
there.
a
And
scam.
I thought, you motherfuckers, you guys are getting a tax write-off on my behalf. And by the way, and the 10,000 other people that shopped there that month. You look that up, sweet cheeks?
It says they can't,
Yeah, right.
but I don't believe them.
I don't. Who said it? What article?
AI.
Yeah, no
It
shit.
was the AA overview.
Yeah, see, AI, fucking bullshit.
You know what's my favorite AI overview is on a Facebook clip of mine, which is where an older generation lives.
Yeah.
And it'll be like the AI summary of my clip, and it'll be like, some people found it funny. Other people thought it was mean to old people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
It'll be
AI
like-
overview, by the way, is
But
fucking
most people
bullshit.
think you should take
The
a
AI
joke.
overview of Bad Friends said it was a podcast with Bobby Lee and,
And Theo Vaughn, yeah, that's how I know it's bullshit. Whenever somebody's like, "Yeah, overview," I'm like, "Well, it's filled with holes." It's just because it's incorrectly collecting data from things that it's not.
I understand that I've signed my life and rights away whenever I open my phone, but
But
to my knowledge, I've never used AI or Chat GPT.
we just talked about this today.
I feel like it's wrong, and you shouldn't give it anything.
I'm not giving. Me too. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
See? Do you see?
No, I also agree
But
with
we
you.
are connected souls because Beth and I know.
That's true.
I just was like, this is not. I don't like this.
I'm very anti-AI.
Yeah.
Me too.
Because you know what I said, the analogy I used before, and I'm going to do it again because I was impressed by it even myself.
Yeah.
But I said, like, I know it exists. I know it's a real thing, and I can't change it.
Right.
But I don't want to involve. I'm doing my little part, even if
I'm
you're like
doing my
that
little
part's
part.
bullshit. And I said it's like when somebody goes, recycling is bullshit. It's not going to fucking do anything. It's like, all right, well, I'm
Why
still
not
going to
try?
fucking do it.
Why not try?
So that's how I feel about this. I'm like, I know it already is listening to me.
I
But
know.
I'm still like, I don't want to give it more fucking
No.
bullshit. I mean,
People use it for actually way too much. They're like, oh, yeah, I mean, I had it planned our vacation. I'm like,
yeah, your whole life.
That used to be a
I'm also-
person you paid.
right.
Yeah,
No one's
well,
gonna have jobs
I
anymore.
It's
know.
killing multiple industries,
Yeah.
including like my I don't want to get into it.
Okay.
I was going to just get into a whole thing, but
But
they
also,
probably
like-
don't want me to talk about it.
Okay.
But it's killing businesses. It's doing things to
is.
people. Really,
Yeah.
it's fucking
Well, it's
people up.
stealing.
And it's
I
stealing.
know.
information from people that used to get paid to tell people this information.
Well, I tell you who hates it the most, and this is the community that
And this will
we
be the
have to
clip
back.
they use in the iRobot 3
That's
when they
exactly
capture us
right.
3.
Yeah. I heard you didn't like us. Yeah. Way to go, field hockey bitch. You too can't get a girl wet, ginger boy. I'm like, wait a minute. They really did listen.
Hey.
For the first time. You listened. You really listened. No, but we will feel the ramifications, but it'll be so far down the line. It'll be a bummer, and you'll go, yeah, we knew it. But you're like, I know, it's not going to make it any fucking better. But artists, I was going to say, the most response I get from friends of mine that are either graphic designers or artists or, any kind of visual art, physical visual art, they go off. Like, you'll talk to one of those guys or girls, and they'll be like,
I know.
buddy, I want it to burn to the ground because it's killing their it's killing their side gigs, even if it's not their full-time job. It's killing small things.
I know.
It's just murdering like stuff like that. That piece that guy made me, that's all made out of paper, individual slits of
I
paper.
love that.
Yeah, but that is being stolen by computer.
I know.
Well, it's
And isn't it like, this makes me feel so stupid, but it's true. The cooling plants,
yeah, it's
it's
really
like
bad for the
wasting so much
environment.
water, and they're
Yeah.
saying it costs like, or something about like 30 trees per search.
What, to cool off a serving
Yeah.
room,
Yeah.
right?
And not to mention, like, they actually, on the news, they did cover that couple that had the plant built near them. They lived out in the kind of middle of nowhere.
They have
and I
like
forget
10
their
eyes
state.
now. Yeah.
Well, basically, they showed them at night, and it's like, remember that scene from Christmas Vacation where Clark plugs in the trees? They're like, "Grrr." Like that's what they're living in at night. They're like, we were the only ones out here, and now it's like that all the time.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
Like on Bad Friends, sometimes like things will happen. Like someone will make a joke like, "Oh, Bobby is like the Michelin Man" or something, and then like Andrew will be like, "Oh, like somebody make that and send it to us, and it used to be cool art.
Yeah.
And now like
It's all
a
AI.
day after, and they're all the same exact image. It's a bunch of different people feeding it to the
Sometimes
same prompt, and I
it's-
always write back, and I'm like,
No AI.
you should write. I'm like, even though it's not as good as it's gonna be in your head, the little things that are wrong is the beautiful human touch that makes
Yeah, make
art
it bad.
art.
Make
Yeah.
it good. Make it bad because it's good because it's bad. Yeah, it's gone. It's whatever. I know that does fuck me up. We get sent a lot of stuff, and I appreciate fanship, but I'm always like, sometimes it gets done the same day or the same hour it
Yeah, it
exists,
is.
and I was
Right.
like, oh, they didn't make that.
And they look the exact same.
Yeah, it's
different
really
people,
fucking
'cause it's just
wild.
the same prompts.
Right.
It's like, remember Jib Jab and like the Bush administration?
Oh, yeah.
Those things? It feels like if you called that art, like if you put your mom's head on that and you're like, I'm an artist, I
Oh.
made that. That's what all this
And by the way,
AI
you better
shit
not
feels
put
like.
my mom's head on one of those jib jabs.
Leave my mom's head alone.
And let me tell you something, someone will do it now because we've just said that. Someone will be jib jabbing our moms without a doubt. Someone is going to be jib jabbing my mom. And by the way, my dad can jib jab my mom. You can't.
You can't. And if you're
better
gonna
not.
jib jab our moms, do it. Make them jib jab together.
Be nice. Make sure she jib jabs before you do. You got to make her jib jab first. I just spent time with my parents too, and man, it is funny how honest, as my parents have gotten older, how honest they are. Good God. My mom was like, I want to leave. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought we were fucking hanging out. And she goes, yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to go home. And I was like, okay, yeah, love you. I like it because it's none of the fodder. All
Yeah.
the fat is gone. She's not being mean. She's like, I want to go.
I do like the honesty as well.
Because we do this where you're like, yeah, I guess I'll stick around.
I
guess I'll
know.
stick around for another fucking 40 minutes. And I've started to do it now where I get the car and then when the car arrives, I go, oh my God, I got to go.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of nice?
Yeah.
You go, dude, my fucking car, I didn't even realize my
Here
car
it
is
is.
here. My Uber's right off. I got to go. And then people go, oh shit. And then I can leave.
Yeah.
Smart man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Steal it.
It's the immediacy. Whoop, he's here.
Oh, fuck, I have to go.
I can't face a late charge.
Yeah, I can't. If they late charge me, I'll be.
I'm
I'm
not
so
gonna be able to
sorry.
afford groceries.
I won't be able to afford groceries and get yelled at by an old woman. My sweet Beth, my sweet Beth.
Yes.
Please, everyone, right now, go watch Beth's special. It's on VEEPS.
Yeah, the Landlord special.
The Landlord special. It's on VEEPS
Until August 2nd. Yeah, from July 2nd to August 2nd, and then it'll be elsewhere, but
July 2nd till August 2nd.
it'll be on VEEPS. It actually stays there forever, but it'll go elsewhere after that.
Oh, what do you put it on your YouTube or
I
something?
think I will. I don't really have a YouTube thing. Some guy uploads clips here and there, and then
When you
people
say it's
comment
not
new
on there,
things.
then what does that mean? It's on there forever? You just mean it's featured or something?
Yeah, I think it'll always be available there, but
Okay.
you would have to pay for it.
Okay,
I think
well,
it's, and it's a half hour. I think it's $5.99 or something.
it's $5.99. You've got that money. I know you do. And the reason I know that you do have $5.99 is because you bought a coffee this morning. You did, didn't you? And it was a little too much, wasn't it? It was more expensive than it should have been. Make a cup at home. I sound like a boomer. If you make
a little
coffee at
cup.
home,
You could save up to $26 a month.
yeah.
then
And you could.
And you could put that towards
But honestly,
my special.
yeah, put that to her special instead
Yeah,
of
give me a little money,
instead of fucking
hopefully.
Starbucks. And I'm big on this. If you're supporting a local coffee shop, great. Then yes,
Yes.
do it. Buy both. But if you're going to fucking Starbucks,
No.
if you're going to Pete's Coffee and Tea, is it Pete's Coffee?
With an EET.
To
Yeah. If you're going to
Intelligentsia?
fucking what?
To Intelligentsia.
Yeah,
If you're
Pete's
going to
popping.
Alfred or Intelligentsia or any of these, my dad paid for this so I can have 9 coffee shops all over the metro Los Angeles area and we're billionaires already. Fuck you and buy her special instead.
Thank you.
And even if you are going to a mom and pop coffee shop, go there and buy her special at the coffee shop. Then you can watch it and sit there and enjoy it. And people can go, look at that person having joy. Look at that person
Yeah.
sipping coffee going with headphones in. I find myself doing this on the plane sometimes. If I find a clip that makes me laugh, I know people can see me going in my, you know what I mean? Like looking like a fucking idiot. I don't mind it. Because it's sometimes I got to let it rip. But go watch it. The link is going to be in the description down below.
Or
My sweet Beth, I love you.
BethStelling.com.
BethStelling.com is also where you can find almost everything that you'd ever need.
Yep. Socks.
Yeah, socks. Oh, great socks. Show the socks. Women's stand-up comedy socks, which I have, and I'm going to give to McCone, although I'm very annoyed that I have to give them to McCone. Beth will get me another pair. But if I do not give it to the kid, he will talk about it. He'll go, did Beth say she was going to get you more of those socks? He will. He fucking will. And I'll go, yeah, dude, I'll get them for you. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, it's no big deal. And then we'll be out somewhere with everyone at dinner. And he'll go, Oh, remember, did Beth get those socks? Did Beth get them? He will. He'll fucking piss me off about it. So I'm going to give it to him so I don't have to hear it. And then I'll get them from
hopefully
you.
see you out on the town, or I'll send them.
Yes, you will. Go to BethStelling.com. Beth, look in that camera. One word or one phrase to end the episode.
Sourdough bread.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.